Good morning to you all. Well, for everybody where it's morning, good day to everybody else. Good evening for those that are somewhere where it's getting dark right now. It is Saturday, June 20th, and we have our normal Saturday update for everyone who wants to join in and see. Today, we also have a very special event. We're going to be doing a giveaway sometime during the broadcast here, so stay tuned for that. Welcome everybody from Men in the Woods Facebook group. Glad to have you here, and we'll get your giveaway going on as we get into this stream. So, as a reminder, as you sign on here, please do let everybody know where you're coming, where you're chatting from, where you're dialing in from, where you're logged in from. Always like to see people, and even if we know where you're from, if you're from Norway, we always like to know, Jens, that you're online, and everyone brand new to the channel can see everyone who is logged on. Today we're going to go through the same normal Saturday update that we've been doing, and again I encourage everybody, these streams are for the people who are really interested in what we're doing, obviously, and this is your opportunity to chat directly with me and ask any questions that you may have. Boy, we did that live stream on Thursday for the sixth graders at Odyssey Middle School. That was fantastic. My goodness, I haven't had such awesome questions like that in a very long time. So let's see if we can kind of compete with them a little bit here during this live broadcast. So hello again to everybody. We're going to go ahead and jump in to our briefing. When it comes, and again, please do put your comments and everything up as you get them. Think of your questions. I usually go through the slides and then try to make sure we get all the comments addressed. We do have super chats turned on. Always appreciate that support. But as far as how things have been going, as far as the channel goes, we're in the bounce. I was talking to Wrangler Star last night, and it's the bounce. It's what it is. You put up a new video, the algorithm purges. You gain some, you win some. You lose some, you win some. That old saying is around for a reason. So not much growth right now. Not being promoted by YouTube. So we're definitely in the bounce. It's just one of those things that as a YouTuber, if you're considering getting into YouTube, the bounce is I don't know what people I call it the bounce. I don't think it's like a thing. But if you are just getting into YouTube or you're considering doing it, it's something that can be very frustrating for everyone. I'm not the only one who experiences it. But it is frustrating. You do a lot of work. A lot of time goes into creating videos, getting the gear, editing videos, doing the publishing, all that kind of stuff. And being in the bounce is frustrating, but it's just part of what you have to do. It's what you got to do. So the rings, we got the rings of hope there. I think that's what we're going to end up calling it. I don't know what else to call it, but we have those. And the ones that I need to focus on are still food production and preservation. Last time on our live broadcast, I'll let you know that our chickens were all killed. We think either a coyote or a bobcat got them. I put the game camera out there, and they were picked off one by one. Either three of them decided to just jump into the water trough and just go for a swim, but apparently they don't know how to swim, so they're all gone. And then what I saw on the game camera is that the critter that got them was not coming into their pen, into the stall. And so the repair that we did there worked. What was happening is the chickens were going out at night, and then they did not come back. So our one chicken, Betsy the boss, she's still around, and she's still doing great. I mean, she's just awesome. And she really kind of set us up for a failure, I think, because we looked at her and we were like, well, if she can do it, they'll all do it. But the new chickens that we got, they definitely did not. They were not as intelligent as Boss Betsy, and Boss Betsy never took them under her wing, so to speak, to bring them into the fold and teach them what they needed to know. So they're all gone. But what we did is we ordered more, and they'll be here this September, and they're actually the breed that Betsy is. I think the fact that the chickens that we had, were also light brown and white, led to them being an easy target. So going with the black chickens, a little bit more camouflage, so to speak. And also, they're a lot friendlier to people. and appear to be more intelligent. And that's what we're really going for, is they appear to be more intelligent. So we're going to be getting those chickens here. I don't know what the breed is. Somebody online, you might know what the breed is. So check that out. So yeah, we got to get those going there. And I still have that darn simple pump I need to install. Maybe this week I'll get to it. It's just been a hard go here. I'm feeling really tired these days, which I'll talk about coming up. But once I get the chicken set up and the pump installed, then I'm really thinking that the rings are kind of taken care of. If you guys don't remember the rings here, I'll pull that up. Ding! There we go. These are the rings I keep talking about. You know, this is the process of thinking that I've adopted as far as prioritization goes. And I think I posted this up to Facebook and Instagram a while ago. But, you know, the center is the most important thing, and then you work your way out. And I'm talking about food right now is the ring that I'm in. And I actually, health here is a big one that we're going to be talking about today as well, because it's time to take care of me. Got to take care of me, guys. I'm a little tired these days. So let's get back to this. Resume slideshow. There we go. So that's what I meant by my next ring focus. I got to get the chickens in the well put in, then I'll be pretty good with the food side. And our garden's coming along great. Mrs. Martian's doing a great job. You'll see that in a video coming up. Recorded that yesterday. Speaking of videos, yeah, I'm actually all caught up. You guys are live. So the next video that comes up probably be a few days behind real time, because I recorded it a few days ago and I haven't posted it yet. But as far as being caught back up, we are caught back up. So you'll be seeing stuff that's much more real time. I'm not going to be doing a recorded video and publish it that day. That's just, it doesn't work in the sequence that I have, the time that I have. I spend every morning with YouTube and meetings. And then every afternoon I'm out working. So what I do in the morning is I get yesterday's video or whatever video, and I do the edit, I do the upload, so that the next day I can go up. So you'll probably always be about a day or so in lag, but that's what we got. Okay, product reviews. We have the simple pump, which we bought, that we need to get installed. I'm excited about that. The outdoor motion lights, I got 3 outdoor LED lights that I'm going to use to replace the old halogen lights that are on, or not halogen, floodlights. I mean, they might be halogen, they're big bulbs. But we're going to replace those. One of them doesn't even work. So we're going to get up on a ladder, yay, ladder work, and get the old ones ripped down and put up the new ones. So we'll make that a video. And then also I got a company to send me some earbuds. So we're going to check that out. You know, I was talking about that in one of the videos. So they'll be sending me some earbuds to try out here. So stay tuned for that. Kind of next to, I'm going to mix them up a little bit, and then I'll get to your comments. So now's a good time. As a reminder, put your comments up, put your questions up, get them up right now. And every time I get done with a slide, I'll go over to my other screen here and I'll get through all the comments. Also, let people know where you're coming in from. And be sure to hit the thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, or maybe you haven't been here for a while and you got unsubscribed by the algorithm, by that nasty AI. So make sure you do that. And also we got super chats turned on. So if you want to help out the channel, that's a great way to do it. All right, enough of that. Get your comments up. So the ranch and physical mental stuff, I put those two up there, really kind of tied in. This week on Monday, I finished pretty much all the work at the neighbor's house. There's a little bit of stuff left to do. You'll see that coming up in the briefing here. But on Tuesday, I was just spent. In fact, I looked at my live stream last week and my eyes, I don't know if I have it today. I can't see. You guys probably see. It's better today. Man, but last week my eyes were just all baggy and puffy and looked horrible. And that basically represented how I felt. I looked how I felt. Just sore and tired and worn down. I've been going super hard. Lots of stress, you know. There's so much stress in the world right now. Self-induced, you know, that's my fault, but the other stuff that's coming in, I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but there is just so much negativity out there. It's hard to be a light when you're surrounded by so much darkness. It's almost consuming. And that's really been working on my head, and that, you know, if your head gets stressed out, then the rest of your body does too. So I decided to take a vacation. Now, what does a real Martian vacation look like? When you're trying to do a startup, it means I work slowly. I don't get a vacation. Come on. But what it does mean is I go out and I kind of putz, and I'm like, well, I got to get this done. So I'll go out and I'll work on it for a little bit, then I'll stop and I'll go maybe watch a YouTube video. I've actually started watching Star Trek Enterprise, the series, just because I haven't seen that in a long time. So I'll go watch an episode in the shop, and then I'll go work, and then I'll go back and watch another one and play with the printer. That's my vacation. And maybe I'll even do a project that is for me, which I needed to do. You're going to see it in a video coming up. I don't know if I got a bunch of great footage because I recorded it during my little vacation period. You'll notice yesterday I missed posting a video. It's because I didn't have anything ready. And I was like, I'm on vacation. But I needed to fix our pool. We have the above ground pool, and we have Miss Dagny, the next door neighbor's daughter, and she saw the pool. And needless to say, she's a little adamant that that pool will be operational soon. So I had a broken pipe. It busted because I forgot to remove one plug for winter, and water got in, froze and broke one of these pipes. And I tried to buy a pipe, but they didn't sell it. And in order to fix this problem, I'd have to buy a whole new pool filter. And that was like $400. And I was like, no, we can't. We bought this pool when we had money and we were working. Now we don't. And so we got to find a way. So I was like, I bet you I could 3D print that thing. So you guys got to stay tuned for that. It works out well, I'll tell you that. And then I also have some irrigation I need to install in the garden. So I'll kind of putz around with those things. But that's kind of what we're doing there. Trying to move a little slowly this week. Probably do it again next week and just try to get some recovery. I notice it really has helped me just start to feel better. Just been worn out. So, hey, that's a lot of me chatting. I see you guys have been chatting here. So let me go and check out everything. All right, Kevin, good morning. Matt, good morning. Good to see you on. Thanks for always following along, Matt. I know you're entered in the contest, so we'll get to that. Grosbeak, thanks for being on. Manos from Spain, good to see you there. Icefire, good to have you back. Appreciate you here. Joe, thanks for coming online from Michigan. Trevin, weather has been good. Trevin, boy, we had like 90 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday and blue skies. Today it's a little overcast, about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Supposed to be a 50% chance of rain, and then the world is just going to become more and more beautiful. 70s and 80s, just the perfect type of weather. I'm a guy who likes the 70s. You get to get in the 80s, and that's where I'm like, okay, well, it's starting to get warm now. 90s I'm not a fan of. Anything over 90s I'm not a fan of, but 70s are kind of my thing. 78 degrees Fahrenheit is like my thing. So, Trevin, thanks for that. Good afternoon, everyone. Perrin. Hey, Perrin, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, man. I know you've been here before and helped us out, so I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Thank you so much for the super chat and for being a dedicated follower. Run Chaos. Boss Betsy took those chickens out, not a cat or dog. You think so? I could see her doing that. She's a little bossy. Could you have a chicken coop rather than one of the stalls? Perrin asked. Yeah, we could do a chicken coop. What we wanted is what Betsy does, which is free range, and she goes out and she rips up all the manure, eats the bugs out of it, which reduces flies on the animals. And she also comes to the flower beds and hasn't done any damage, actually. She's been very helpful. She's been pecking the little bugs off the flowers. Like we have our roses up at the house. I love roses. And we watched her last night. She was up there actually eating the old rose petals and pecking at the little bugs that are on the roses. And we were hoping for that. We have the garden and everything all fenced off, so they can't get in there. But we're hoping that, with the chickens, they go around and scratch and peck and do all that. So we really wanted them to be free range. We've got some months to think about what we should do. Maybe we could train them to come in every night. I doubt that. And stay in or lock them in or something. But yeah, we got to do something different. Okay, John, make sure to take time for yourself and your wife. Looking forward to the simple pump. Thanks, John. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Is that the same pump that Wrangler Star got? It is. It is the same pump. Yeah, he and I were speaking before he got his because I was researching it as well. quite separate from him. And I was looking at the Bison pump or the Simple pump, and there's one other pump brand I can't remember, but I like the Bison and the Simple, and then I looked between the two, and the Simple is easier and can go into a pressure tank, which the Bison can now as well, but the amount of effort required on the Simple pump is a lot easier, higher quality components. So that's why I went with the Simple pump. But yeah, that'll be there. Rune Chaos asks, how will you convert your system from mushrooms? What problems will you have to overcome to do so? Why have you not grown mushrooms yet? Are there mushroom spores on Mars already? Okay, that's a great question. So mushrooms are great, especially for CO2 creation and decomposition. The reason we haven't done it yet is really just mastering the first part, which is the vegetables. Also, when you get the mushroom logs, when I was looking at growing them, the amount of waste and everything you get from the logs was pretty significant, but that was when we were looking at really large scale. And honestly, the very clear-cut answer is that I just haven't looked at it. That's the reason why. Now, as far as converting everything, my understanding of growing mushrooms is, if you buy the spore logs, which is kind of the easiest way to do it, then you just have them in a dark area, a little bit of moisture, humidity, and they do their thing on their own. So it wouldn't be hard to do, but our system isn't really set up for that. The stuff that we're growing isn't set up for that. But you could also build your own like mushroom grow area. You can get your manure. It depends on what type of mushroom, of course, as well. So some mushrooms require wood, some mushrooms require the manure. So you have a bunch of stuff that you'd have to choose from there, different composting things that you want to have them chew on. But it's something that I think we'll be doing in the future. As far as Mars spores or mushroom spores on Mars, say that one 3 times fast. Mushroom spores on Mars, mushroom spores on Mars, mushroom. Okay, that one's not that hard. Probably not. And if they were, they'd be radiated. The big problem with Mars, of course, is the radiation. It just kills everything. The atmosphere blew off. There's no real magnetic field there. They're finding pieces of a magnetic field, but nothing strong. Thankfully, Earth has a strong magnetic field, and that keeps the solar winds from burning off our atmosphere in the ocean. So, good question, though, on that. And like I said, in the future, I'd like to play with mushrooms more. Edible mushrooms, guys. Edible mushrooms. Keep your mind straight. Okay, James, park a lawnmower, tractor, or pickup so that a tire is against the bottom rung of an extension ladder when you can. It'll prevent the bottom. Oh, that's a good, James. I think you put that on the other video as well. Yes, I should be doing that. That's a great safety point there, and it would make me feel better too, especially on that cement, slippery cement. When I'm out on rock and stuff like that, I feel a little better because there's more friction, but that's slippery cement. Kevin says, I've been out of the country for the last 8 months. This America is not a place I'm looking forward to coming home to. It is certainly changing. I'm trying to keep this channel politically neutral here because I know everyone's getting bombarded with this stuff right now. As I spoke about earlier, the negativity, it's all around the entire planet, not just America. So I'd like this place to be a place you can come with a little bit of refuge, a little break. That's not to minimize what's going on. I'm not exercising my white privilege and not talking about it. What I'm doing is making sure that people have a place they can come at where it's not like the only thing we talk about. So I hope you guys can respect that. Okay, did you sign up to see if you can be a Starlink beta tester? Matt, I did sign up for the Starlink. I went to Starlink and I put in my information and waiting to hear. That's all you can do. Have you shaved your beard down? I thought you were going to grow it out. Perrin, I've been keeping it the same here for a while because on one side, I can't remember which side, but one side it just doesn't want to grow in no matter what I do, so it looks kind of horrible. And Mrs. Martian said she doesn't like it when it gets it really fuzzy, but I think this winter I might try to grow it out a little bit more, like what I had a while ago, and we'll see. I've learned how to groom my beard a lot more. I went to a barber shop and I just asked them a bunch of questions. One of the things I was doing wrong is I was shaving up. I had my trimmer and I would shave up into the hair and cut it all. And really what I should have been doing is shaving down with the flow of the beard. And ever since I've done that, it looks a lot better. So at least I think it does. But yeah, Mrs. Martian kind of put the kibosh on it getting too wild and crazy. Good question. Uh, Blue skies. Yep, good stuff. My birds have just been let out during the day to free range, and they all come back to roost naturally at dusk. Good luck. Well, that's what Betsy does. I don't know why. I think the new ones were just stupid. I think they were just dumb chickens, like uber dumb. So we have to keep on that. Mushrooms grow. Icefire says mushrooms grow right in a plastic bag. You can hang in the grow room. Natural CO2 generators. Main food could it be grain or rice? Yep. Thank you for putting that one up. Icefire. I've seen those bags. Everything comes in it, and then they grow out. You poke them when they get there, and then they grow out. So I've seen that. All right, guys, I know we got a giveaway to do. We're going to be doing the giveaway. You just don't know when it's going to happen here, but we'll be getting to it. So let's go to the next slide. If you're just new, let's make sure that everybody says where you're from so everyone can see that and enjoy knowing that you're talking to all these people from across the planet. As far as, and get your comments going. Get the comments going. I'll do this slide, and then we'll get to another set of comments here. So as far as the neighbor goes, the greenhouse is done, fully complete. The orchard is pretty much fully complete. I got some video recorded. I just need to go record the end that shows everything being done. But we've got wood chips down on the trees. We have some extra wood chips, and all I need to do is go and get rid of the extra wood chips by putting them down. So the neighbor really likes how it all worked, how it all looks and how it's working. Things are growing, trees are budding. The garden is 99% complete. I need to put some additional emitters down, and then it'll be done. And the sweet potato slips showed up, so I got to go plant those today. Kind of breaks my whole vacation thing, but hey, you got to do it. The vineyard is 100% done. It is done. Looks great, and is growing. Everything is growing. It's got the automatic water on it now. The wood chips are down at the base of each of the vines, and it is growing. So the vineyard is looking great. And then fencing and bees, those things, fencing will be this fall. The bees, we got to build the beehive, and then I think next year we'll get the bees put in. So that's, I should have that all 100% complete this upcoming week. I'll peck at it a little bit in my slow motion TRM vacation mode. So let's see what we got here for comments. I hear Sophie barking at my door, so sorry about that. Just a few more comments. Local surrounding land prices staying stable. Local surrounding land prices, I would say, are probably going up, Trevin, because people are trying to get out of the city, and they love to come to the country. And so what we're hearing and seeing is that the prices of land around us are going up, as people are trying to get out of the cities for obvious reasons. So it looks like that's it for the comments. So let's move on. It's coming, guys. The giveaway is coming. Don't worry. The grow walls, so in my slow motion, I have started assembling the grow walls. I had to do some let me let her out. 1 second. Sophie is the boss here. She runs this place. Go get him, Sophie. She was in here being all nice and loving. She's my little miniature Dachshund, and she's about 20 years old now, and she's all gray, and you can just tell it's sad seeing life get older, and you know what's going to happen. We just pray that she passes in her sleep one night peacefully, because that's what she deserves. She's awesome, but she's getting really bossy. When she wants to go somewhere, she lets you know. So anyway, I've been assembling the grow walls. I've got little tap and die set. I had to do some taps with them, 1032 threads, got that all put together. And I got to build a little stand for them to go on so everything drains and flows correctly. I'm hoping to have that all put together maybe even today, but honestly, like I said, I'm taking it slow, probably next week for sure, and we'll actually be growing stuff in them. We got some shrimp, additional shrimp coming. I haven't killed all the shrimp. In fact, I had to order more just because we didn't have enough, but everything seems to be stable. I had accidentally unplugged a heater one time, and that led to another cold shock. So we got that going, and they all appear to be happy, and the new ones all appear to be happy. And got a filter on the tank now. Since we didn't have aquaponics running, you need to get all that stuff out of there. So we got good stuff happening with the grow walls. I have most of the parts needed to connect it. I think there's just a few that haven't showed up, so we'll see. But I think I'll have them all going next week. And the Grow Towers, the second shipment shipped yesterday. Officially left Texas yesterday, picked up yesterday, so it should be here next week, which means probably the week after next we'll be doing some stainless steel welding, which will be fun. Trimix, baby. And I don't really have anything else to talk about on the other things on here, so let's go do some comments. Really looking forward to the bees. I've been thinking about getting some myself. Yeah, it'd be a first time for us doing that. The neighbor bought a really awesome hive that like opens up and all the honey just comes right out of it somehow. Don't ask me how. I haven't seen it yet, but I got to go build it, put it together. So I'll figure that out. Any vegetation showing leaf burning or excessive sun? We have some here at the house that we just put in, some rhubarb and peony that we moved into a different location, and it's definitely getting burnt. But some of the grapes show what could be a little bit of sunburn, but not much, I would say. And we've actually had really good weather lately to support growing. Rain and clouds. So Mrs. Martian is actually complaining that it hasn't been nice enough weather lately. So it hasn't been too bad. The trees over at the neighbor's house, they definitely got shocked. I mean, coming in the boxes, sitting in the boxes for a few days and then getting them out, they definitely went through a shock. I don't know how I could handle that all better without additional help. One-man army on that. I went as fast as I could, but if we had more people, it probably would have been less shocking to the trees. Grosbeak, yeah, hello from right down the road. Let me know if you need a hand with that fencing. I'd be happy to trade our labor for manure or something. Yeah, I just really don't. I think we did that via a chat there or a comment, Grosbeak. We just don't have a lot of manure that's ready to go. So I don't think we'd be able to do that trade, but maybe something else. I do appreciate the offer. I'm aware of your offer, and I'm not discounting it. So I'm very grateful for what you've done for us already and the offers of help that you've given us. So I'll be sure to reach out and get you. I tried to get the number for you from the neighbor, but I keep forgetting to get it. So that's my bad. But I'm really thankful for the help that you've given us and offered. Great lifespan of Sophie. Good job. Yeah, Sophie's a trooper, man. She's a tank. She is a tank. Did he get the flow hive? They are really cool. And I think it is the flow hive. Yeah, I think that is what it is. The neighbor's beehive. Okay, let us do the giveaway. Shall we do the giveaway? What we have here. So Nate Cox over at Men of the Woods. Good old logger. Great patron supporter of this channel, has graciously offered and has great skills and has built this amazing still custom built chainsaw handle for the guys who really like the chainsaws and are out there working. You know, without folks out there working in the timber, we wouldn't have anything really. I mean, everyone's home is built of wood still. You know, there's not too many people that live in, well, yeah, if you're down south, you still have wood. You still have wood. I was going to say the brick homes, the concrete stuff and all that kind of, but you know, you still have wood. You still need wood to build. It is the #1 building material on the planet. And the loggers that are out there, that's a tough job. You know, when I was younger, I worked with my stepdad, and he did a truck painting shop, and I learned a whole lot there. So thank you, Ron, for everything you taught me. A lot of the stuff that Ron taught me is what how I can do stuff I do today. But anyway, getting sidetracked. Got to know quite a few different loggers that go through there. I mean, those are good, honest, hard-working folks, and I think sometimes they get a bad rap. Totally wrong, because they're out there working hard for their family. And if you've never gone out and you've never actually seen what a logger has to go through every day, it is not an easy job. They're up early. They have to drive a long way to usually get where they need to be. They get out there when it's dark, and they're coming home when the sun sets, and that's a full day's worth of work. So having good tools while you're out there is really important, and whatever you can do to make the job easier or more comfortable, that's how you want to do it. So here's how this giveaway is working. The people that want to be a part of it have already put in the appropriate responses on the previous video on The Real Martian, and I have pulled those names. And we're going to pull up a random number generator here quickly, and we're going to see who's going to win. completely random. And then what you need to do is head over to Facebook, and you're going to grab Nate right here. You just go to the Men of the Woods group, and you're going to contact Nate directly. If you have any problems with that, you can contact me at TRM@TheRealMartian.com, and he'll verify all the information, and we'll get you the handle here. But hey, this is no joke. Nate really put a lot of time into this and made a really great handle here for a large still. This is big deal for everyone who signed up for it. So I think there's 13 folks that signed up for this. So here we go. We got our random number generator. How do we do random? Well, we just got a simple random equation here in old Excel. We've got 13 participants here. So what I need to do is just go in here and hit yes, and then we will get our random number, and the winner will be number 13, Still Addict 44. You are the lucky winner of this handle right here. So I guess guess that worked out. Just so you guys know, it is random. See here, we'll do this again. 12 that time. You might think it's counting down, but no. There's 8. See, it's totally random. Totally random. So, Still Addict 44, you are our winner. Please contact Nate via the Facebook group and claim your prize. So congratulations to Still Addict 44. Nice job. Thanks for coming over to the channel and saying hi. And thanks for everybody who came over to the channel because of the giveaway here. Nate's a great guy. He's been helping us out. He and I talk fairly frequently, and he's got some good stuff that he's doing for us as well. So I'm very happy to ping and get you all over to Men of the Woods. If you want to see some good chats, I was looking at it this morning, some really fun stuff on there as people go through what it's like being a logger every day and the things that they deal with. I saw one where it looked like a skidder had fallen down a hill or tipped over. That's a bad day. I think, and that just happened this morning. So I think the caption was not how I want to start the morning, something like that. So that's some interesting stuff there. So anyway, congratulations to Still Addict. Let's move on here. Please do put all your comments up. Make sure you let us know where you're from. We got super chats turned on. Thank you already for the one that's been given to us. Really appreciate that. Perrin, really thank you so much for that. And make sure you give a thumbs up on this video. We got a little bit more to go here, so let's move on. Let's see. Trevin, congratulations. Yep, those replacements are pricey. That is a very pricey handle. That's pro grade stuff there. So that's definitely a big deal. Outdoors with Dale. Dale in Milwaukee, thanks for coming in, Dale. I know you've missed a few of these. Thanks for being here today. Perrin, yeah, the spreadsheet, man. How there's websites you can do stuff, but hey, yeah, spreadsheets are awesome. You gotta have that. So, boom. Okay, let's see what we got. We've got grow walls. That's where we're at. Let's move this back out of the way. Boom. I like this little thing. All right. Nothing to report on the grow walls that I haven't already spoke about. Same with the grow towers. You know what? Where'd I put it at? Check this out, guys. Let me show you this. What material do you think this is? Guesses? I got to pause here so you can all catch up with it. Any ideas what this is? Put your guesses up. I just saw Matt. Matt, your comment. Congrats to the winner. I didn't win, so that means you need more giveaways. Indeed. I think we'll try to do some more. If you know people who have stuff that you'd like to do giveaways on to promote their products, please point them to TRM@TheRealMartian.com, and we'll help folks out. It's about community, right? All right, I paused long enough. This is wood filament. This is a partial print, obviously. In wood filament. Now, wood filament is not 100% wood. You might be able to figure that out. What it is it's plastic filament with wood in it. So it really has wood in it. And when you're all done printing in wood, you can sand it, you can prime it, you can paint it, you can carve it, You can drill it just like wood. What this is a failed print because the nozzle clog. When you're printing with wood, it's very common that you get nozzle clogs. And I did not have the right size nozzle. You really need a 0.5 millimeter nozzle, and I only had a 0.4. And I was just playing around, and I hit print, and it did jam. But I got the 0.5s coming, as well as some 0.6s, which would probably be even better. And this is a piece to my custom design universal birdhouse. And the reason it's going to be universal is because the outer shell, it's very much like the grow walls that I did, to where you have an outer box and then you have a faceplate that goes in, and that faceplate changes based on the species. But I did some research on different birds, and this kind of size is really the kind of generic size for them, kind of the one size gets as many as you can type size. Not optimum for any of them, but better than good enough. So I want to print some of these and get them up around the place, especially for barn swallows, which are great birds to have, and swallows in general. One, to keep them off the house, but two, because they eat bad bugs, and it's just a natural way to get rid of those bad bugs. Also have a bat house that we're doing, and I actually saw the bats flying last night. It was cool. And when the bats come out, it's a great thing because they eat mosquitoes and other bad insects. So these are the little bats, about yay big, not very big at all. So I'm going to be printing some of those, and all those designs are going up on Patreon for the folks that would like to print them. And I'm printing it on my Creality, not the big printer, not Big Bertha. So it's cool printing in wood. And Mrs. Martian loves the way it looks. She didn't want it to look all plasticky, and it doesn't. It actually ends up looking like wood. So that's pretty cool that you get to do that. So really excited about that. Good guess, Icefire. Nice job. Okay, and Greg, you got it too. Never heard of wood filament. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And Trevin, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, got those designs. I got the bat house, the owl house, the bird house, the bug house for ladybugs. Those are all they're bigger. The owl house is bigger than this, obviously, and the bat house is bigger, but they all follow the same ideas. So I'm excited to get those printed and get those out. And I also got my little trap for the yellow jacket population control, the biological warfare we're going to launch on them, because they were out yesterday. And that heat shows up, they come out. So let's see here, and nothing really to report on Hab 2 or LifePod 2. Those are all, on hold. As far as Patreon goes, we're a little behind. We owe the patrons one of our behind-the-scenes videos, and I want to get these designs printed before I throw the actual designs up there, the files, so that they actually work. I'd hate you to waste your money on printing something that doesn't work. That would be pretty bad customer service. So when I get mine printed, I'll be putting those up for the patrons. So I want to say thank you to all the patrons that are out there and who've been helping us. It's very much appreciated, and it goes to growing this community, which you are part of. So this is my last slide here, folks. So please do right now start getting your fingers, get that arthritis out of them, get that coffee moving in there, do some calisthenics. Everybody do some jumping jacks here. And start getting your comments down, get your questions down. Please do hit me over the head with all the questions. Those sixth graders, man, they did an amazing job with their questions. I could not believe that. If you didn't watch that video, go back and watch that video. They were on fire. They did such a great job. So as far as the neighbors go, 2 of the 6 are done. We're essentially just, 90%, I think, complete. We got to get the fence done for the neighbor and the bees, but then just a little bit of stuff here and there on the garden and on the orchard just to finish those things up, and then we'll be pretty much done over there until fall gets here and the ground gets soft again. Patreon, we continue to get more patrons, so thank you so much to everyone who's joining us there or directing people over there. Really appreciate that. We're trying to get $3,500 through Patreon. So that we can continue to grow this community. I put the thing down in the, oops, you guys can't see any of that. I put this little comment down on the bottom, right down there, because it's really what the channel is turning into. It's about bringing people together and sharing, being a light. Like I said, man, it is so dark in the world right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, I certainly can feel it. It's just dark, just darkness. And we want this place to be a place of refuge where people can come. We're talking about good content, how to help people, sharing our lessons learned. So when you support us, you're not giving us money, you're supporting us doing that and building that community, and you are part of it. So that's really important to Alicia and I. We take it very seriously. We want this platform to be something that really helps inspire people. So it's kind of morphing from just following our story to being a platform where people can leave constructive comments, you can be part of it, you can help share your experiences. So we do appreciate everyone supporting that. YouTube subscribers, we're in the bounce. So like we spoke about at the beginning, so we went down a little bit. We're just basically bouncing around 32,550. We're just bouncing around that. And what I do think is going to happen is as we start getting into the aquaponics stuff again in the build for the grow walls, grow towers, and I'm hoping to even get back to LifePod 2 if things go well, that we will be able to see that go up. I think people will be really interested in that. So that is what I'm thinking is going to happen. But if we can get up to 50,000 subscribers, if we could keep the same thing going, then we should be able to get half of our mortgage paid for through it. So when you're doing this full time, I'm sharing this all with you guys because this is what Alicia and I go over. We do the channel, but there's so much more that goes into it. So I'm sharing all this stuff with you guys so you can understand everything that goes into running this channel, as well as and being an entrepreneur and trying to start this business. Like we're doing everything we can to get the bills paid for, and so I'm sharing it with that. I know some people don't like. In fact, every time I put up a live video, we lose at least 10 subscribers. So people apparently hate these live streams, but we lose the most people on the live streams. It doesn't even make sense to me, but because you get to ask whatever you want. I mean, you think it would be better, but who knows? And the projects, yeah, like I said, the grow towers and everything are going to be starting to build, and the grow walls, we'll get those turned on. I think next week they'll definitely be turned on as I putz around on my Real Martian vacation, which means I work really slowly. I don't stop working, I just do it slower. And on the ranch, that darn cow, I keep saying I got to get out there and do some fence repair and get the garden irrigation put in. I got Cody let me borrow his knife sharpener. I said that last week, and I just haven't done it yet. I need to go out there and I need to sharpen all of our knives. My pocket knives are dull. The kitchen knives need to be sharpened. I mean, you guys, if you've sharpened knives, you know what I'm talking about. That's a big deal. Going out and sharpening all your knives, it's not something that takes just a little bit of time, but I'm hoping with his sharpener they let me borrow that it's going to go a lot faster. And then I do have some chainsaw time myself, getting set up. I need to sharpen the saws. I need to clean the saws, and I need to get out there and put a bunch of chains in the dirt with the saws because I got to clear the south line, and that's a whole bunch of nasty work. So you want to put your bad chain on and go out there because you're going to trash the chain. So I got to do that. And that root cellar, man, I got to get to that. I know where I want to put it. I need to go take some measurements and actually design that up in SolidWorks and start doing stuff there. I need to do that second dirt experiment. I still haven't done that. I'm totally dragging my feet. So, all right. Please do get your comments in, get your questions in. Here we go. Debbie Engwood, hello, Mom. Good to see you on. Love you. And yep, that is PLA. Yep, Outdoors with Dale. Terry, are you planning on selling the different birdhouses? Well, for the patrons, we're going to be giving the prints away. But Mrs. Martian did say, well, if they're nice, why don't you sell them? And that can be something that we could potentially do. So it's something that could happen. In case you're wondering how come I'm not building the birdhouses by hand, the simple answer is I'd like to, but it's about time. It doesn't take me very long because I'm skilled. It's like a carpenter can do something faster than me because they're skilled in it. When it comes to my skill set, like designing stuff in SolidWorks takes me a few minutes. My brain works very quickly, so when it comes to design, not very quickly on other stuff, but very quickly on design. I can just see stuff and I can get it out really quickly into SolidWorks. My hands and everything just start going. It takes me a few minutes to do a design, and then the cool thing about 3D printing with wood is literally you hit the print button and I can go do a whole bunch of other stuff and come back, you know, the next day and here's a birdhouse. Whereas if I was building it by hand, which would be fun and I'd like to do, I just don't have the time for it given all the other things that I need to do. But you know, if you're building it by hand, you got to be there. You got to make all your cuts, do the measurements, and you know me and measurements. And then put it all together, glue it, fasten it, whatever. So you wouldn't be able to multitask. So 3D printing allows me to do that, and also allows me to solve problems around here. Like I said with the pool part, I 3D printed a pool part. That was pretty cool. So yeah, we might be selling them though. I think Etsy. ETSY is a place where I could go and like post those types of things, and somehow it all works out. So we might do something like that. John is saying, starting bees, sow wildflower seeds in an area close to your hives. Good nectar and fresh water close to where the hives are will reap benefits. I know from failure before expert advice sought. Well, I really appreciate that, John. That is a great idea and something that we could set up pretty easy. Icefire, a dull knife is the most dangerous knife. That's true, because you put more force on it and then something happens, slip, bam, cut, bad. Habitat 7 of 7 habits, or habit 7 of 7 habits of highly effective people. Sharpen the saw. Indeed, keep the sharp saw. So, all right, well, folks, we've made it here to 46 minutes, quarter till, basically a little quarter till the hour. I really appreciate everybody being online here today and supporting the giveaway. Congratulations to Still Attic 44 for your new custom-made still handle. That looks like it's going to be a pretty mean machine once you get that all installed. I know Nate will take great care of you. Thank you, Nate, for putting that all together and for supporting us and helping us out with everything you've done. Really appreciate your help. Thank you to everyone who did Super Chat today. Trevin and Perrin, thank you so much for your support. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in from across the planet today. It's great seeing you all. Like I said, I'm choosing to keep this channel a place free from all the political hubbub and really challenging situations that are out there. I want you to be able to come here and get a little break. You got plenty of other people who are way smarter and more informed than I am, probably out there telling you all sorts of things to believe. I do want to say this to everyone who's still on here. Be careful not to be deceived. Be careful not to let your heart be hardened, maybe is a better way to say it. You might have your favorite sources of information and you might think that they're correct, but make no mistake, the enemy is playing everybody right now, and you need to be very careful not to let your heart turn into something that is not what you intended. To me, it's very sad when I actually had a really sad moment this week when I just realized that people are becoming so hardened in their ways that they're no longer listening to each other. And what made me really sad is no matter what amount of logic I use, people refuse to listen to logic and they only go with their beliefs. And the reason for that is because you can't trust anybody out there anymore. And that's a very, very sad situation. So I would just ask everybody, don't let your heart be hardened. Don't be deceived into thinking that your way is the only way, that your news source is the only news source. The enemy plays all those sides, so be very careful. I hope that everyone who watches this channel doesn't get deceived into hate, into real hate, not that fake hate that's out there, but to real hate, to stop listening to people. We got to listen. If we're not listening, then we're in big trouble. So that's it for me saying what I need to say there. It's a tough world out there, and I know a lot of people are having a way harder time than we are right now. So my prayers are with them, and I hope you all stay safe. do what you need to do to take care of yourself, take care of your family. Thanks for following along in this channel. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. And we again thank you everyone who's supporting our Patreon site and supporting the channel and growing the community. So may the Lord bless you and your family. Stay safe. This is Real Martian.